sure, because it was me and my mother.
Good afternoon, councils. Mr. Culpepper, we got you checked in. Mr. Wallace, who are you here on, sir?
Your Honor, I know that one of my clients, Cameron Brown, is on the docket. But I'm checking to see if
Cameron Brown, you said?
Yeah, Kamryn.
Gotcha.
And I'm checking to see if Jeremy Brown is on.
No, sir, he has not made it. Could I get your P number, counsel?
Yes, it's 80922.
Thank you. We're gonna call up DDC now and then try to have them bring out yours as well as brother counsel Culpepper's clients first. So just hold tight, sir. We'll see if we can get them out.
I have one more name that I'm checking to see if it's on there. Jamar Woods.
Woods? Jamar Woods?
Yes.
Not this afternoon, no, sir.
Okay.
Who was Mr. Culpepper's client? We got you, Goss. Okay, green. Here we are.
Somebody ain't got no docket, somebody don't have a lot of something. So, a lot of people don't, maybe they don't know how to do it yet. Okay, we don't have. But you entertain them, so you should be able to. Okay, I'm not sitting here trying to do stuff. Afternoon, ladies. Hey, Your Honor. Anybody need chips? Anybody need chips? No, thank you, no, thank you.
Oh, because you usually say no, you always say no.
Not all the time, though.
Most times you say no,
Yeah,
I
just
have snacks in my purse, in my
I
bag.
ate, I ate my stuff.
Not me, I just had some chips.
Okay, so you're good.
I've been trying to walk like you.
Oh, I have not done that really that much.
You haven't?
I am, nope, I'm out of shape.
No.
Nah, she's telling stories. Telling stories. Shut up. She walks circles in it.
I went from here to, Your building is that?
Good afternoon, counsel.
You don't look like Theodore Wallace to me.
I think he's on the camera that Mr. Wallace was on for Brown, so I imagine he's just standing there. You're representing Mr. Brown, is that correct, counsel?
Yes, sir. Myself and Wallace were partners. Get logged on.
Yep, no worries. Good morning or afternoon, DDC.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Thank you. We have two retained counsels, officer. If you could bring out Mr. Cameron Brown, that's 15, and Mr. Trevante Green Gloss, number 13.
Excuse me?
Go ahead, sorry.
You got to repeat. I had somebody screaming and hollering.
Number 13, Green Gloss or Sloss, and number 15, Cameron Brown. Both of those gentlemen, we have an attorney that are present and ready to proceed on both of those. If we could get them first, please.
Looks like it's three people on the same case, and a James Taylor.
Yep. Okay, but Mr. Taylor does not have retained counsel. He's going to be interviewed by House counsel. You could bring that gentleman and get him interviewed if you like, but we're not ready on that gentleman until he's been interviewed by the attorneys. But the other two have retained counsel, and we're ready on those two. Thank you. And Mr. Culpepper, councils, do you gentlemen want to handle these individually? It looks like you have co-defendants. Do you want to do them one at a time?
Yes, please.
Okay. Madam Clerk, did you get any lunch?
Did I get some for lunch?
That's a no. You didn't get no time to even stand up, did you?
I'm fine. I had
I'm
some.
so sorry. I wish I had something for you.
I got
Always better than nothing. So we have 2 retained that we're gonna handle first, and then just start doing what you do after that, okay? Ask him.
No, that's on. It looked like it does.
You can ask him, counsel, if you'd like to.
Brother Nasser, that's a beautiful suit, man.
He posed for you. I think he heard you. Officer Wash. Good afternoon. We're going to do them one at a time, officers. Council wants to do them one at a time. Thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Your name?
Good afternoon, Trayvonte Green.
Is it Green Sloss?
Yes.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Here for case 2006029, People State of Michigan versus Trevante Byron Green Sloss, also known as Trevante Byron Green Sloss, identified in the complaint as defendant 1. Counsel?
Being on of Trevante Green Sloss.
Thank you. As to the arraignment?
We'd waive the formal reading and the charge.
Thank you, counsel. Court waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Mr. Green Sloss, the court scheduling a probable cause conference you must attend Wednesday, September the 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. That will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. It's your responsibility to connect. You'll get information on how to do so before being released. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
As to bond, Your Honor, my understanding is that Mr. Sloss is employed. He's a 20-year-old young man. He has minimal contact with the police authorities. He has substantial family ties to Detroit. He's lived here all his life. His family is very supportive. I've met all of them. And I would urge the court to, especially in this pandemic time, give him a low bond. He will make any and all appearances before this court.
Thank you, counsel. This is a very serious allegation. It is not assault. If the court takes into consideration the nature of this charge as well as the current pandemic facing the nation, the information provided by counsel, lack of criminal convictions or capious history the court's aware of, and the court considers the information alleged in the investigator's report. Mr. Green-Sloss, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
Yes.
Bond for those reasons and given the information provided by counsel set $10,000 personal bond. Good
Thank
luck,
you,
counsel. Anything further?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir.
Step out.
Y'all don't know.
Back over to the room.
You okay? I do. They're bringing out the co-defendant on it. Do you need it?
It was 3, right?
Yeah, that was one of them. Do you need it? Okay, sorry. Yeah. And you're good. Sorry.
And my name's
Good afternoon. Your name, please? Good afternoon, Mr. Brown. You're here for case 200600289, People State of Michigan versus Cameron Juwan Brown, identified in the complaint as defendant 3. Counsel.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. Good afternoon to your staff. May it please this most honorable court. Mohammed Nasser appearing on behalf of Cameron Brown. Your Honor, the defendant would waive the formal reading stand and you come to the court to enter a not guilty plea on his behalf.
Thank you, counsel, and good afternoon to you. The court waived formal reading and enter a plea of not guilty. Mr. Brown, the court scheduling a probable cause conference. Sir, you must attend September the 30th, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles, which will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but it's your responsibility. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
Your Honor,
Yes,
if I may. Your Honor, my client is 18 years of age, absolutely no prior record. Lifelong resident of the city of Detroit, has firm family support. His family's actually retained our office and our services for this matter. In light of that, and certainly in light of his HIDA eligibility and non-assaultive history, I'm asking for a personal bond. He certainly will make himself available for any and all court hearings. We've actually met him at the DDC and advised how the Zoom proceedings will work, so I'm confident there'll be an expeditious resolution on this matter soon.
Thank you, brother counsel, for your information that you presented to the court. Mr. Brown, the court takes your counsel's advocacy into consideration as well as lack of criminal convictions or capious history. This is a very serious felony allegation, Mr. Brown. It is non-assaultive. Court takes into consideration the current epidemic facing the nation. During this bond, Mr. Brown, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
And it's very important you listen to the court as well as to your counsel regarding bond conditions and making court dates. Mr. Brown, if you fail to listen, there's a likelihood that you'll get locked up just for not listening to the court, and that's not what we want. You have to listen to the court and no weapons. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. For the reasons placed on the record, the epidemic facing the nation, the information alleged in investigators report, and the nature or serious nature of this allegation, which is non-assaultive bond, is set $10,000 personal bond. Anything further, counsel?
Nothing further, Judge. A pleasure as always.
My pleasure. Thank you, counsel. Be safe. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
No.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Who do you have?
My name is Francisco Villarua, and I have Emmanuel Cervantes.
Are you the attorney on it?
I am. I was just alerted that he was on the list, so I've not been able to email to the court.
Oh, no worries. Yep. So we will, officer, after this gentleman, as soon as possible, we have counsel here for number 6, Emmanuel Cervantes. So if you could bring that gentleman as soon as possible, the court appreciate counsel. As soon as they bring him to the screen, we'll take care of him. It should be.
Sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. And you're welcome. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
James Taylor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Taylor.
Good afternoon.
One moment. What number is that? James Taylor. Do we have all the files? James Taylor, was it? I've seen it at the bottom here. One second, number 14. Thank you, sorry, appreciate it. Mr. Taylor, you're here for case number 20060-289, People's State of Michigan versus James Arthur Taylor Jr., identified in the complaint as defendant 2. Counsel, Mr. Taylor, are you a junior, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Say it again.
Oh, okay, one moment, Mr. Taylor Jr., your counsel's going to grab some information regarding your case, I believe.
Okay.
Counsel, your appearance?
Roger, Mr. James Taylor, wait formal readings and you, Mr. Taylor's been advised as counsel.
Thank you, sir. The court will waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Mr. Taylor Jr., the court scheduling a probable cause conference you must attend Wednesday, September the 30th. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court, in front of the Honorable Judge Giles. That hearing, Mr. Taylor Jr., will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
Mr. Taylor's 19 years old, a lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit. He's also a high school graduate, currently unemployed.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor Jr. This is a very serious felony allegation. It's important that you listen to the court and make your court date, as well as during this bond, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The court takes into consideration a lack of capious history or criminal conviction the court's aware of, given the current epidemic facing the nation. The information provided by counsel, as well as alleged in the investigator's report, bond is $10,000 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond. Listen to the court, sir.
Thank you.
Are you giving one to counsels as well? Thank you. Good of us. Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Emmanuel Cervantes.
Thank you. You're here for case 20060-285, People's State of Michigan versus Emmanuel Cervantes. Counsel?
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. Francisco
Retained.
Villarua, P34147, counsel for Mr. Cervantes.
Thank you. Good afternoon, counsel. You said 34147, sir?
That's my P number, yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. This is, again, case 20060-285, People's State of Michigan versus Emmanuel Cervantes. As to the... Is that okay? Yep. As to the arraignment, counsel?
Your Honor, we would stand mute and waive formal reading. I understand that he has a charge of assault with intent to murder, count 2, assault with intent to do great bodily harm, and 2 counts of felony firearm.
That is accurate, counsel. Those are the 4 allegations before the court. The court will waive formal reading and enter a plea of not guilty. Schedule 2 court dates. Mr. Cervantes, you must attend them both. Probable cause conference is scheduled Wednesday, September 23rd. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Wednesday, September the 30th. Both are at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court, in front of the Honorable Judge Giles. Both hearings will be held via Zoom, Mr. Cervantes, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information before, if you're able to make bond, on how to connect, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Not guilty pleas entered as to bond.
Your Honor, Mr. Cervantes is a lifelong resident of the city of Detroit. He's a United States citizen. He's 23 years old. He lives with his parents. He takes care of and has custody of 2 minor children. This alleged event took place by someone coming to the premises where he lives. We intend to vigorously investigate and defend the allegations. He does have a matter pending in the district court in Howell, that matter is scheduled for a pretrial on October 5. I do not represent him on that, but we will have discussions regarding that matter. I think he may have a traffic matter, but other than that, he has no criminal allegations that have anything to do with violence or assault or weapons. So I would ask this court respectfully to set a reasonable bond. I would not ask you for a personal bond in light of the seriousness of the allegations, but I do think that a reasonable 10% bond would be appropriate. His parents.
I apologize. What's his employment status, if he's employed?
Your Honor, he was employed with Twins Roofing, but because of the matter in Howell, his employer discharged him because he was not able to make that employment situation. Certainly, Mr. Cervantes can elaborate a little bit more if the court needs further information, but that's the information I obtained during my interview of my client yesterday at the CDC, last night at the CDC.
Thank you. And I apologize to cut you off. You were going to say something about his parents, I believe?
Yes, he resides with his parents. Both have long-term residency at the location where he'll stay. He'll be staying at 8749 Mason Place. That's in Detroit. That's where his parents resides. That's where he resides. And that's where his 2 minor daughters reside. He has custody of those daughters.
Thank you, counsel. Anything further?
No, Your Honor. I understand certainly the seriousness of the offense, but again, I respect for the request. He's retained counsel. I've been on his cases 2 days now, attempting to move it forward as best we can. And I believe that he will follow my instructions to be timely at all of his future court appearances.
Thank you, counsel. And thank you for the advocacy. You've, as always, done a great job representing your client, and the court has a lot of information provided by yourself to take into consideration. The court considers the information, Mr. Cervantes, that your attorney did present to the court, that your ties to the community, lack of capious history the court's aware of, or criminal convictions. The court takes into consideration the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the very serious assaultive allegations before the court, specifically count 1, which is a possibility of a life offense. The allegations set forth in the investigator's report are very serious, and the court takes into consideration a likelihood of conviction. It's alleged, sir, that you shot an individual and a bullet went through the right side of the chin and allegedly the neck of the individual, which allegedly suffered serious injury, including fractured mandibular and fractured bones in the nose, listed as stable condition upon being observed at Henry Ford Hospital. The court takes into consideration the likelihood of conviction as alleged in the investigator's report that indicates that you were allegedly observed by individuals as the shooter and subsequently allegedly picked out of a photo Ray as the individual that shot Mr. Reyes Nunez Jr. During this bond, Mr. Cervantes, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with Reyes Nunez Jr. Mr. Cervantes, that means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
And based on, thank you, serious allegations and information alleged in the investigative report placed on the record, if you're able to make bond, you're to be fit with a GPS tether. Given the information placed on the record, the concerns the court has regarding the safety of the public, and given the serious nature of these allegations, bond on this matter set in the amount $200,000 cash surety. Anything further, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Good luck, sir.
Will the court consider 10%?
Based on the information placed on the record and the serious nature of this allegation, as well as the likelihood of conviction, the court is setting bond at the cash surety as stated.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Good luck.
I'm signing out, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good luck, counsel.
Yes, thank you.
I think so, yes. Yeah, we did 2, and then that gentleman just jumped in, and we didn't know he was retained. That was number 6. So we've handled 6, 13, and 15. Those were retained. Thank you. I think that's it. If you know of any more, just let us know. Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Raheem Trailer.
Thank you, Mr. Trailer. Mr. Trailer, you're here for case number 200-60286, People State of Michigan versus Rakeem Dwayne Trailer.
Yes, Your Brian Bird on behalf of Rakeem Trailer. My client waives right to form a reading, understand his constitutional right to stand mute.
Thank you, counsel. Court waive formal reading and plea of not guilty. Mr. Trailer, the court scheduling a probable cause conference, sir, that you must attend Wednesday, September the 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Trailer, that will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you release, you'll get information on how to connect for that hearing, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty, then as the bond.
He also indicates to the no prior criminal conviction. He is a high school graduate, and he's employed at Highland Department of Clinical Services. Respectfully, his application is not assault, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Trailer, your attorney has advocated well, as always, on your behalf. Court takes into consideration the information that your counsel has provided. This is a very serious allegation, Mr. Trailer. Felony allegation is non-assaultive. Court takes consideration the epidemic facing the nation, lack of capious history or criminal convictions, the information alleged in investigators report. During this bond, Mr. Trailer, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Understood?
Yes, sir.
For those reasons, bond is $10,000. Personal bond. Good luck, Mr. Trailer. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Stand on the black line, stage 49.
Devontae Christopher Malik Williams.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Williams. You're here for case number 200-60280, People State of Michigan versus Javonta Williams, also known as Javonte Christopher Williams, Javonta Christopher Williams, Javonta Malik Williams, counselor.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Javonte Williams. My client waives the right to form a reading, understand his constitutional right to stand mute.
Thank you, brother. Counsel, court will waive formal reading under a plea of not guilty. Mr. Williams, the court scheduling a probable cause conference that you must attend Wednesday, September the 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King, which will be heard via Zoom. Mr. Williams, that's an off-site streaming technology. Before you release, you'll get information on how to connect for that hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
Finally, Your Honor, my client indicates that he's a 23-year-old lifetime resident. He works for the Dillon Company in Manchester Park. Especially, he is uncle free. And respectfully, he is a non-assault allegation of here. Respectfully, as a school for personal knowledge.
Thank you. Mr. Williams, the court considers the current epidemic facing the nation. You have no capious history or criminal conviction the court's aware of. The court considers the information provided by counsel, including employment status as it relates to the ability to post bond, given the current epidemic facing the nation and the information alleged in the investigators report. Bond will be set $10,000 personal bond. And during this bond, Mr. Williams, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapons. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Good luck, sir. Make sure and listen to the court so you don't get locked up for not showing up for a Zoom hearing.
Yes, sir.
Have a seat on the bench right there. Person. I'm still looking for it. Did you get camera? Yeah, I got him. I got him. You got James. I got James. Yeah. It's not Mr. Williams right here. Okay. Johnson. I get him.
Frankie Lee Morris, August 3rd, 1995.
Thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Mr. Morris, you're here for case number 2006023, People State of Michigan. It's Frankie Lee Morris.
Yes, we have Frank Moore,
Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Schedule a probable cause conference September the 30th, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Morris, September 30th hearing will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond, brother counsel.
Tomorrow, Your Honor, my client in this case is a 25-year-old lifetime resident, Your Honor. Indicates to us that he has no prior assault conviction warrant. No prior felony. He also indicates to us that he works at Home Depot and Duke's Irish Pub. This is a serious allegation, Your Honor, but respectfully, it's a non-assault allegation. Respectfully, I ask for a personal bond.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Morris, this is a very serious felony allegation, sir. It is not an assaultive. As counsel stated, the court takes consideration information provided by counsel, the current epidemic facing the nation, lack of criminal convictions or capious history, information alleged in investigator's report, as well as information provided by counsel. During this bond, Mr. Morris, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood? No weapons.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Morris, given the information placed on the record, the epidemic facing the nation, as well as employment status, bond will be set $10,000 personal bond. You're being released, Mr. Morris. Listen to the court, sir. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Stay right here. Stay back here.
That's what, yeah, Laura just handed that to me. I mean, we don't have, sweet, goodbye. Good afternoon, your name?
D'Angelo Dennis.
You can have it, yep. Good afternoon, Mr. Dennis. You're here for case number 2006021, People State of Michigan versus D'Angelo Rahan Dennis, counselor.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of D'Angelo Jr.
Thank you, sir. Brother Council Court, waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Dennis, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference. You must attend Wednesday, September the 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. That will be heard, Mr. Dennis, via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing before you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as to bond.
Right now, we find this case is the 25-year-old lifetime resident. He also indicates that he has no prior criminal history. He does have some college degrees, works at Detroit Sports Bar and Grill, and still lives in Detroit. Respectfully, these are serious allegations. They are non-assaultive, and respectfully, that's the court. Wow.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Dennis, these are very serious allegations, and the court considers the information provided by your attorney where the court is in agreement and unaware of any capious history or criminal convictions or allegations of assault in the past. The court considers the current epidemic facing the nation, your ties to the community, employment status as it relates to ability to post bond, as well as the allegations set forth in the investigator's report. Mr. Dennis, during this bond, sir, you're not to use any alcohol, no marijuana, and no illegal controlled substance. And you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
For those reasons, bond is $11,000 personal bond. Good luck, Mr. Dennis. Listen to the court, sir.
Okay.
You're welcome.
And then, Brother Counsel, they just added on an individual. I believe we got a copy to Mr. Reagan regarding an interview. So if you would just let him know also that, well, no, you're good. Don't worry about it. I mean, when he should ask to be interviewed, right? I mean, he's going to pull him. I'm sure Mr. Reagan will take care of that.
Right.
Yeah, then don't worry about it.
Leave the mask on, state your full name.
Lindsey Thurman.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
And is Mr. Thurman correct?
Yes, Lindsey Thurman.
Thank you. Mr. Thurman here for case 200600282, People State of Michigan versus Lindsey Chavez Thurman.
Yes, ma'am. Brent Bird, on behalf of Minister Thurman, my client waives his right to perform the reading, understands his constitutional rights, will stand mute.
Court, wait formal reading under plea of not guilty. Schedule a probable cause conference, Mr. Thurman, that you must attend Wednesday, September the 30th, sir. That is 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Thurman, that hearing will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Not guilty. As to bond, Brother Counsel.
Your Honor, my client indicates that he's a 24-year-old lifetime resident. He also indicates that he has no prior criminal history. Right now, he's collecting Social Security disability, and he lives with his father in Detroit. Respectfully, it is a serious allegation, it's non-assault, and respectfully,
Thank you, sir. The court takes into consideration, Mr. Thurman, current epidemic facing our nation, your ties to the community, your lack of criminal conviction or capious history the court's aware of, the allegations, which are serious allegation, as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report, current employment status as relates to ability to post bond. Mr. Thurman, during this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
For those reasons, bond is $10,000 personal bond. Good luck, Mr. Thurman. Listen to the court, sir. Hope it works out for you.
Thank you.
Welcome. You're welcome.
Step up.
Hey, Willie. Hey, Willie,
Stage 4-9.
Bradford Marshall.
I apologize. Mr. Marshall, good afternoon, sir. Mr. Marshall, you're here for case 200600287, People State of Michigan versus Branford Adam Marshall.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Branford Marshall, my client waives the formal reading, understands his constitutional rights, and stands mute.
Thank you. Brother Counsel, court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Schedule a probable cause conference, Mr. Marshall. You must attend September the 30th, which is this the new one?
Yes.
September 30th, thank you, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. That hearing, Mr. Marshall, will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time, understood?
Yes.
Not guilty is entered, Esteban.
Fine, Your Honor. My client in the case says that he's a 22-year-old lifetime resident now. He also in the case says that he has no prior criminal history. He works for General Lynn.
Where does he work?
General Lynn. And he lives with his mother in Detroit. Respectfully, he says the serious allegations and non-assault allegations. Respectfully, ask this court for personal knowledge.
Thank you, counsel. What's General Lynn?
General Lynn.
Oh, Lennon?
Right.
Oh, gotcha. Copy. Thank you, sir. Mr. Marshall, this is a very serious allegation, sir. It's a felony allegation. The court takes into consideration the information provided by your counsel. The court is unaware of any criminal convictions or capious history. This is a serious charge, non-assaultive. The court considers the current epidemic facing the nation as well as employment status as relates to ability to post bond is placed on the record. During this bond, Mr. Marshall, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Understood?
Yes.
Thank you. Your bond for those reasons is $10,000 personal bond. You're being released. Listen to the court, Mr. Marshall. Good luck, sir.
Okay.
You're welcome. And officer, I'm not sure if you're aware, but they added on an individual, Jamar Quincy Woods, with a date of birth 2/16/97. Yes, sir. Jamar Quincy Woods, with date of birth 2/16/97. Thank you.
Put your mask on. Put your clothes on, right? Put your clothes on.
Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Robert McWilliams.
Thank you, Mr. McWilliams. Good afternoon, sir. Mr. McWilliams, you are here for case number 200455572, People State of Michigan versus Robert McWilliams, also known as Williams Howard. Counselor.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Robert McWilliams. My client waives the right to formal reading, understands his constitutional rights, and will stand mute.
Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court date in a moment, Esteban.
My client's a 41-year-old lifetime resident, Your Honor. My client, no prior assault conviction.
He does. This is a second offense notice. He has a previous conviction for the similarly related offense.
Okay, that was indicated to us, Your Honor.
Sorry to cut you off, but go ahead.
He is on social security disability. Actually, that's when they called the police. That's when they called the police, thinking that he was doing the right thing. I understand this assault allegation now. We understand that he has no contact with the complaining witness. And respectfully, he asks the court for a personal comment.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. McWilliams, you have a previous conviction for a domestic violence in 2012. That's a number of years ago, and the court takes that into consideration. Was that conviction against Miss Latanya Rayford? Was that the same victim?
No.
Thank you for that information. And that you don't have to say anymore. That's what the court needed to hear, or wanted to, the question. You answered the question the court asked. Thank you. You have ties to the community. The court takes into consideration the information provided by your counsel. This is a very serious assaultive allegation. As stated, you have a prior conviction from 2012 on or about March 14th, similarly related offense, very concerning, regarding the safety of the public. The court notes and takes into consideration the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as employment status, as stated by counsel, lack of as it relates to the ability to post bond, as well as the allegations investigative report. Mr. McWilliams, the court scheduling a pretrial date you must attend Wednesday, September the 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Garrett. Mr. McWilliams, that hearing will be held via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. Before you release, you'll get information on how to connect for that hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes.
During
So
this
will be
bond,
on
sir,
my
you're...
phone,
Excuse me?
or this will be on my phone, or do I actually go to 36th District?
I don't know what's on your phone, but it's a Zoom, which you can access via an app on certain phones or on smartphones or as on the computer. But it will not be at the 36th District Court physical building. And you'll get information on how to connect for that court hearing, Mr. McWilliams, and that is before you're released, and that is your responsibility. So if you having troubles or unfamiliar, you may want to try out first, because if you do not appear on time, there's a likelihood you get a warrant for your arrest and possibly locked up for not listening to the court. So you have to listen to the court. Is that clear?
Yes.
And during this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with Latanya Rayford. And that means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact, understood?
Yes.
And based on your prior conviction, as well as the assaultive allegation of this matter, if you're going to be released on a $10,000 personal bond and to be fit with a GPS tether prior to release. Good luck, Mr. McWilliams. Anything further, counsel? Thank you. Thank you, counsel. Appreciate you. That last one is time. Sure, it's all right. Yep. Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Hello. My name is Demetrius Person.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Person. You're here for case 200600292, People State of Michigan versus Demetrius W. Person, also known as Demetrius Wallace Person, counselor.
Brandon Bird on behalf of Demetrius Person. I'm trying to waive his right to formal reading. Understand the Constitution right to stand meeting.
Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Scheduling a probable cause conference, Mr. Person, that you must attend Wednesday, September the 30th. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Person, that hearing will be heard via Zoom. It's an off-site streaming technology similar to what we're using today. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Person. Not guilty is entered. As to the bond, brother counsel.
Bond, Your Honor, my client is a 24-year-old lifetime resident, Your Honor. My client indicates to the Bill Pryor prison. He is a high school grad. He does home remodeling. He is a serious allegation, but it is not assault, Your Honor, and we respectfully ask the court to reverse the bond.
Thank you, brother counsel. Court takes into consideration, Mr. Person, the information provided by your attorney, which includes but not limited to the lack of capious history or criminal convictions. And that's what the court is aware of as well. The court takes into consideration you have ties to the community. There's current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report and employment status as it relates to the ability to post bond. Mr. Person, during this bond, sir, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Understood?
Yes, sir.
For those reasons, bond is $10,000 personal bond. Good luck, Mr. Person. You're being released on a personal bond. Listen to the court, sir, so you don't get locked back up just for not listening. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Good luck, Mr. Person.
Thank you so much for your time.
No need to thank me, Mr. Person. I hope all works out well for you. Good luck, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. Your name, please.
D'Angelo Carter.
Thank you, Mr. Carter. And good afternoon. You're here for case 200600293, People State of Michigan versus D'Angelo Carter, also known as D'Angelo Lee Carter.
Yes, ma'am. Brandon Byrne on behalf of D'Angelo Carter. My client waived the right to formal freedom, understands the constitutional rights, and fair reading.
Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Carter, the court is scheduling 2 court dates, sir. You must attend them both. Probable cause conference on Thursday, September 17th. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Tuesday, September 22nd. Both at 8:30 a.m. at the 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. Both of those hearings, Mr. Carter, will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered, Mr. Carter. As for the bond.
The bond, Your Honor, my client in the case says that he's a 23-year-old lifetime resident, Your Honor. He also indicates to us that he has no prior criminal history, Your Honor. He works with Twins Auto Sales and stays here in Detroit. Understandably, these are assault allegations, Your Honor. So we respectfully ask the court take it for further high personal crime with felony or reasonable citizen bond.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Carter, the court takes into consideration the very serious assaultive nature of these allegations and the information provided by your counsel. The court's unaware of any criminal convictions or allegations of assault in the past or capious history. The court takes into consideration the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report, which are very concerning. It indicates that you allegedly held a gun to individuals' heads and threatening to kill both complainants. Numerous threats regarding the individual's lives, and that's very concerning to the court. During this bond, Mr. Carter, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with Dana Miles Harrison and no contact with Danielle Miles Harrison. Mr. Carter, that means no contact of any kind with either of those young ladies. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
They appear to reside at the same address as yourself. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you're not to go back to that location during this bond. Is that understood? And that location is one. Okay. So that's 16501 Greenfield. Do not go back to that premises or area. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. And based on the presence of threats, as indicated on the record, if you're able to make bond, you're to be fit with a GPS tether.
How much is my bond, Your Honor? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, haven't got to that yet. One moment. No, you're fine. And employment again, counsel? Thank you, sir. Given the presence of threats on both individuals' lives, allegedly, as well as alleged threats while holding a gun to an individual's head, which is concerning, bond on these matters, or on this matter, set in the amount $14,000, 10%. You're welcome. Good luck, Mr. Carter.
Your Honor, I have one issue. I don't have anyone to buy me up. My mom is in intensive care. I don't have anyone to help me. Is it a way that I can do community service or something like that? Please,
Mr. Carter.
I'm just doing my job.
Mr. Carter, there's no need. Mr. Carter, we're not to that stage yet. What you're asking for, a community service, that's on a possible sentencing phase. So here, the purpose of today is just simply for bond. And the purpose of bond, so a few of the purposes is not only to inform you of the nature of the charges and some of your rights, but to the court's purpose of bond is to make sure you show back up and protect the safety of the public. And the court has concerns regarding the safety of both of these individuals for given the allegations before the court. The allegations have been placed on the record, and it's including, but not limited to, you making statements that were allegedly heard by other individuals and allegedly seen that you had guns to individuals' heads on numerous occasions threatening to take their life. And so, Mr. Carter, you don't owe anything to the court other than showing up to the court and following the court's orders. And that's including no contact with either Miss Dana or Danielle Miles Harrison. And so the bond is set for the protection of the public and to ensure that you return to court. And so community service is not something that the court would ever order at this stage of the proceedings. Good luck, Mr. Carter, unless you have another question. Thank you, guys. Best. Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Good afternoon, Jamar Woods.
Thank you, Mr. Woods. Mr. Woods. You're here before the court on case number 200600298, People State of Michigan versus Jamar Quincy Woods, counsel.
Yes, Ron Bird on behalf of Jamar Woods, I'm playing Wade, formal reading, understand the constitutional rights and will stand with you.
Thank you. Court Wade, formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Woods, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference, sir, that you must attend Wednesday, September the 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. Mr. Woods, that hearing will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology similar to what we're using today. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond, brother counsel.
As the bond, Your Honor, my client indicates to us that he's a 23-year-old lifetime resident, Your Honor. He also indicates to us that he has no prior criminal history. Highest level education is completed 2 years college in Michigan State. He was employed at Detroit 8 minutes. He lives with his mother here in Detroit, in Michigan.
Thank you. Mr. Woods, this is a very serious felony allegation. Very important you listen to the court so you don't get locked back up just for not listening. And during this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Woods, the court takes into consideration the information alleged in the investigator's report, as well as provided by your counsel, the current epidemic facing the nation. This is a very serious allegation, but it is non-assaultive. Court has no information regarding any prior capious history or criminal convictions or allegations of assault. For those reasons and the serious nature of this matter, current epidemic facing the nation, your bond is $10,000 personal bond. Good luck, Mr. Woods.
Thanks, sir.
You're welcome. Welcome. Good luck. 4 more males. Thank you all. You guys are the best. Yes, we are. You did dance when you said that, did you? Thank you. Lessons learned. Huh? Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Ivory Jermaine Riller Benson.
I apologize. Your name one more time, sir?
Ivory Jermaine Riller Benson.
Thank you, Mr. Benson, and good afternoon. You're here for case 2004. Thank you, Mr. Benson. 2004-5573, People State of Michigan versus Ivory Benson. Counsel.
Brandon Bird on behalf of Ivory Benson. My client waives the rights to formal reading, understand the constitutional rights, stand muted.
Court waive formal reading under a plea of not guilty. Mr. Benson, the court scheduling a pretrial date, sir. You must attend on September the 30th That is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Garrett. Mr. Benson, that matter will be heard via Zoom on that date, on September 30th, not at the actual courthouse, sir.
That's what I was going to ask you too.
Thank you, Mr. Benson. And that's similar to the technology we're using today. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing September 30th at 8:30. But it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes, sir. I know about it.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the.
Fine, Your Honor. Client indicates that he's a 35-year-old lifetime resident. He also indicates that he has no prior criminal history. He's a caregiver. He understands that he has to have no contact with the complaining witness. And respectfully, this is a non-assault allegation.
Domestic violence?
It is an assault allegation, man. This is an assault allegation, man, but I would like to take into consideration that this is a misdemeanor. I respectfully ask the court for a personal bond.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Benson, this is a very serious assaultive allegation. It's simply an allegation, but it's an assaultive concerning allegation. It's very important that you listen to the court in all aspects, sir, so you don't get locked up just for not listening to the court. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And during this bond, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and no contact with Janae Shepard. No contact, Mr. Benson, means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Benson, the court takes into consideration the information and advocacy provided by your counsel, who advocated well as always on your behalf. This, as well as the current epidemic facing the nation, the information alleged in investigators report, lack of criminal convictions or capious history the court's aware of. And for those reasons, bond is set $11,000 personal bond. Mr. Benson, no weapons, absolutely no contact with Ms. Shepard, and make sure to attend that Zoom hearing. And do not disobey any order of the court, Mr. Benson, so you don't get locked up just for not listening. Does that make sense?
Yes, I'm not.
Good luck, Mr. Benson.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, both of you.
Stand on the black line, state your full name.
John Davenport.
Good afternoon, Mr. Davenport.
Good afternoon, sir.
One moment, and your attorney's grabbing some information so they can help. They can represent you. Just one moment. This is case 200600294, People State of Michigan versus John Clark Davenport II, also known as John Clark Davenport, Daniel Eric Davenport, Richard Henry, John Clark Davenport, John C. Davenport, John Davenport, Robert Martin. Counselor.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of John Davenport. My client waives his right for his formal reading, understands his constitutional rights, stand mute.
Court waive formal reading and plea of not guilty. Mr. Davenport, are you the second?
Yes, sir. I had
Mr.
to switch it to
Davenport?
C.
Need a mask on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Mr. Davenport II, the court's entering a not guilty, waiving formal reading, and then scheduling a probable cause conference. You must attend Wednesday, September 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles, which will be heard, Mr. Davenport, via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect on time for that hearing. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as to the bond.
Your Honor, my client indicates that he's a 55-year-old lifetime resident, Your Honor. He does have 1 year in college, and he's in school now for his CDL. He's employed at Glorious Detroit, where he rehabs homes. Unfortunately, he has a kidney problem right now, Your Honor. He has to go for a biopsy on Friday. Kidney. I
Please.
understand he has an extensive criminal history, Your Honor. He is non-assault allegation, and we respectfully ask this court for a personal bond.
Please mark file medical for the reasons stated by counsel, and good luck with your doctor's appointment, Mr. Davenport II. Officers, are you aware of any holds for Mr. Davenport II?
He was arraigned on this 36th District traffic matter yesterday morning, Your Honor.
Thank you for that information, officer. And Mr. Davenport II, what that tells the court, sir, is that you failed to appear as ordered on unrelated matters. And that gives the court concern regarding your intention to appear and handle this matter as ordered. Also
May I
concerning
speak, Your
is
Honor?
your... Sure.
Please don't.
It was his.
Mr. Davenport, this is your attorney speaking. Please
Yes,
don't
sir.
go into the facts. Please don't go into the facts of the case over this video. You're being
Oh, I
recorded
wasn't.
and he was against you.
I wasn't. I was just going to explain that I did show up at court. They hadn't had me on the dock. They didn't have me on the docket like they were supposed to. And then that was in February, and COVID hit, and they never got back to me. So that's how the warrant ended up back out, because the case wasn't me anyway. But I was there at court. I've never missed a court date, Your Honor, never in my life.
Okay, thank you for that information, Mr. Davenport II. The court takes that into consideration. What's concerning to the court, Mr. Davenport, it's very concerning, is your lengthy prior criminal convictions, as well as the allegations outlined in the investigator's report. The court takes into consideration the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as employment status as relates to the ability to post bond. And given the information provided by counsel and alleged investigator's report, during this bond, Mr. Davenport II, you are no use of alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substance. Is that understood?
Yes, sir, I do.
And you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
And based on the information placed on the record, your prior criminal convictions, as well as the allegations laid forth in the investigator's report, you're going to be released on a personal bond, Mr. Davenport II, but you're to be fit with the GPS tether prior to release. Your bond is set $11,000 personal bond.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No.
I'm just writing on the phone of it.
That was the third.
2 months.
Yeah, give me a minute, Your Honor. I got to do some investigating for these other two. Do you have another name for this, number 10?
Yes, we have an alias of Louis Quan Bands, BANDZZ, and DeCharles DeQuan Knuckles. And DeCharles DeQuan Knuckles. Let me see if we have anything else.
You got Christian Sims on here too, but I don't see either one of them in the system. So I gotta go see if we got one somewhere.
Okay, yeah, his date of birth 7/28/98, and those are the two alias we got. Excuse me, sir?
I said that's for Knuckles?
Yes, officer, it is, yep.
Yeah, let me put it on here.
I believe so, yep. And then we have one more Sims. Those are the two males we have left. Sydney Sims, yeah. Yep.
Is council in the room with you, Your Honor?
Yes, absolutely.
Can we get somebody to come back on camera too so they can interview Knuckles?
Absolutely. He just said they're doing it right now. He said somebody's in on camera too. He just went and spoke to his colleague.
Okay.
Thank you. What's that? Shelby Johnson? It looks like a female. Let me just, I got the file right here. Let me double check. Do they got him at? Okay, thank you. Two males and two females, chief. How's it going over there?
They are the reason.
You got
Rubber band? Here's one.
Okay. Me too.
I mean, for real. I'm serious, but.
Right. I thought just, yeah.
Right.
I checked it. I sorted them. Kenny got them. They said, you wanna take the card, it's not too much.
So you gotta get out of here. Some kind of way out.
Take your time.
I mean, look, we could be out of here, it's like almost 4. How many people we got? 4? No, we had somebody, no, I'm like, and I know I've been back here.
It sounds like a good number, it's like 17.
You want to fight it, we over this. Take me in the back, love. He's not going.
We got 5.
Thank you.
Like every time?
Yeah.
State your full name.
Hey, good morning. My name is Charles Daquan Knuckles.
Good afternoon. This is case 200599911, People State of Michigan for Charles DeQuan Knuckles, also known as Louis Quan Bands, DeCharles DeQuan Knuckles Counseling.
Yes, ma'am. Brandon Bird on behalf of Charles Knuckles, declining ways to right to form of legal, understands the constitutional rights, and stand with it.
Court waive formal reading and enter plea of not guilty. Mr. Knuckles, the court scheduling 2 court dates, sir. You must attend them both. Probable cause conference September 22nd, which is a Tuesday. You have a right to a preliminary examination following Tuesday, September 29th, both at 8:30 a.m. at the 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Both will be heard via Zoom, Mr. Knuckles, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Not guilty plea is entered as the bond, brother counsel.
That's fine, Your Honor. My client is a 22-year-old lifetime resident, Your Honor. He lives with his girlfriend, 4 children, 7, 1, 1. He has his whole family supporting him, his whole family depending on him, Your Honor. He works at Golden Wings, been doing that for a month now. He does landscaping, Been doing that for a year now. He did have a traumatic brain injury. He was hit by a car in 2016. He's taking medication for that at the moment. Respectfully, these are assault allegations, they're very serious allegations, Your Honor. So we respectfully ask this court for a potentially reasonable 10% fine.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Knuckles, these are very serious assaultive allegations. The court takes consideration the information provided by our counsel, as well as our latent investigators report, the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as your employment status as counsel stated as it relates to ability to post bond. Mr. Knuckles, it appears you previously have been convicted of 2 felony counts, and you're on probation for those those convictions. Is that correct?
My lawyer told me, he advised me not to answer that.
Okay, thank you. The court, regardless, takes into consideration that you have 2 felony convictions from October 7th of 2019, and that's very concerning to the court. And you have serious allegations before the court, including count 1, which is a life offense. These are assaultive allegations. The court takes into consideration the information alleged in the investigator's report, which alleged, sir, that you shot allegedly an individual 3 to 4 times in the right leg and 1 time in his right hand. And the court takes into consideration the likelihood of conviction, which is limited, but it's not limited to the information alleged in the investigator's report, including a witness making a positive identification of you as the person who shot the alleged victim. During this bond, Mr. Knuckles, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. If you're able to make bond, you're to be fit with a GPS tether. During this bond, you are not to go to the premises or area of 14257 Ohio, Detroit, Michigan. And absolutely no contact with Timothy Wade Williams, and no contact with Yvette Marie Dix. Mr. Knuckles, no contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Knuckles, given the information placed on the record, the serious nature of these allegations is taking consideration the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as likelihood of conviction as placed on the record, bond will be set. $275,000 cash surety. Good luck, sir. You're welcome. Absolutely. There's 2 court dates. Probable cause conference on Tuesday, September 22nd. Right to the preliminary examination. Following Tuesday, September 29th. Both 8:30 in front of Judge King via Zoom.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Just have a seat right there. Just have a seat.
Where do you go?
Just have a seat. Is this a male or a female?
Sydney Sims?
Yeah.
It's a male. With a date of birth of 10/18/93.
We gonna do some more investigation again, because I don't see one in our system. Nor did they see, okay.
Yeah, that was number 8 on the list.
No, I see that, but I don't. Okay, fine.
Oh, okay. Okay, see if you can track them down.
So female.
What
number is that?
Everything the city stands is on that list.
She's a cat. She's called 3 times. They didn't answer her phone. Nobody would think. She called that. She didn't see. She's called that.
Oh, exactly. Who was that last time? Knuckles? So these are the changes. These are the things.
I don't understand how we have people that day, prime day, and then the time top at 4 o'clock.
There were one of them here, right? This is a free number.
You won't even believe this. That's somebody, and a detective just called, and he just sent them one just now, and they've turned to get it on. So, it's like 7 counts of AWIM and all types of things. Yeah, this is. Oh my God, officer.
he was released in our system yesterday at 8:10, discharge pending.
8:10 for Sydney Sims?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. We'll meet you on the female side.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
There you go.
So per DDC, this guy was released at 8:10. Thank you, counsel. Ready when you are, DDC.
Step in, stand on the black line, stay for 4 minutes. Take that. I don't know if that's take that.
Good afternoon. Your name, please. Thank you, Ms. Barnes, and good afternoon. Ms. Barnes, you're here before court on case 17045-136, People's State of Michigan versus Latanya Marie Barnes. Counsel. Thank you, counsel. The court waive formal reading on her plea of not guilty, Ms. Barnes. The court is scheduling a review date on this matter, September 18th, which is a Friday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Bryant. That will be heard, Ms. Barnes, via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as to the bond, counsel.
Your Honor, Ms. Barnes, a 37-year-old lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit. She's no probably no prior felonious convictions around. She does suffer from high blood pressure and does take medication. I would ask the court to consider setting a personal bond.
Thank you, counsel. Ms. Barnes, you have a warrant for your arrest for failing to appear for a review date allegedly scheduled on or about February 27th of 2019. A warrant appears to be issued for your arrest on or about March 15th of 2019. When you fail to appear, Ms. Barnes, the judge you were assigned to issues a warrant for your arrest. And I, as a magistrate, have not been given authority to alter the bond. The bond was set by your judge for your failure to appear in the amount of $1,000 cash surety. Good luck, Ms. Barnes. Do you have any questions?
You said my bond is gonna remain the same?
Yes, ma'am. I have no authority to change the bond that was set by the judge when you allegedly failed to appear. It's $1,000 cash surety. That was set by the judge you were assigned to when you allegedly failed to appear.
Okay. And
good luck.
So, when is my court date again? Sir?
Your court date is September the 18th. Is that correct? The 18th?
That's what I have, Your Honor.
Yes. 8:30. No.
Okay. Thank you.
Good luck, man. You're welcome.
Step in, stay full lane.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your name, please.
Rachel Johnson.
Thank you. Here for 200455571, People State of Michigan versus Rochelle Johnson, also known as Rashays Sharane Johnson.
Vice Verada, on behalf of Ms. Rashay Johnson, waive reading stand. Ms. Johnson has been advised for constitutional rights.
Court waive formal reading and are not guilty. We'll get to court dates in a moment as to the bond.
The bond, Your Honor, Ms. Johnson is 23 years old. She's never had any contact with law enforcement before. She has no prior criminal history, a lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit, residing with her mother, gainfully employed at Family Dollar, Your Honor. We would ask the court to consider setting a personal bond with a no contact order. She will be residing with her mother while this is pending and not continuing.
Thank you. This is a court waive formal reading and are not guilty. Ms. Johnson, schedule a pretrial date. You must attend Wednesday, September the 30th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Garrett. That will be heard via Zoom, Ms. Johnson, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
You said September 30th at what time?
8:30 in front of Judge Garrett, which will be heard via Zoom. Is that understood?
Okay, yes, you said 8:30, September 30th.
And
what judge
via
is he?
Zoom. Judge Garrett, thank you for asking all these questions. Not guilty is entered. That's the bond.
Bond, Your Honor, Ms. Johnson is 23 years old. She's a lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit. She doesn't have a stable residence in the community with her mother. She will not be residing with complaining with all cases pending, and she also may be no prior criminal convictions, let alone contacts with law enforcement. Would ask the court for personal bond.
This is a very serious assaultive allegation, Ms. Johnson. The court's unaware of any capious history or criminal convictions of the past. The court takes into consideration your ties to the community, information provided by counsel, current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the allegations outlaid in investigators' report. During this bond, Ms. Johnson, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and no contact with Juwan West, which means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at his place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact, understand?
Yes, sir.
Give any information placed on the record, serious nature of this allegation, epidemic facing our nation, bond is set $11,000 personal bond.
Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you. Good luck, Ms. Johnson. Officer, yes, it's a personal bond, you're being released, no contact with Mr. West and no weapon. Officer, are you aware of any males or females at 48 hours that can't wait till tomorrow?
No.
We'll see. Thank you. Have a nice evening. Appreciate it. Thanks.